Shalom. The topic is called Characteristics of Israel. I'm going to read it. And this is an article from, I think it's from the Israelite group. I think it's Heritage. I think they wrote this. Okay, I'm going to write this. I made a video on this in the past. I had it on YouTube, so I'm going to read this article. The Webster Encyclopedia, the unabridged dictionary of the English language, defines the characteristics of distinguishing feature of quality of a person or a thing, typical, distinctive. The Bible clearly shows us that the children of Israel would be to the identifiable by their characteristics or the things that they are distinctive to them. Every racial group or nation has characteristics that are particular to them. The Hebrews, the Israelites, are no different in that manner. The site has shown the Israelites was put under the punishment from the Most High. The punishment came from in the form of curses, but these curses were to be a sign and a wonder. A sign is an indicator, so whether a race of people are suffering the fate of the curses found in the books of the law. Books of the law, in Bible, are Israelites. Since I put this site together in 1999, I receive all kinds of supportive emails. I've also received emails from someone who suggests my research should go deeper, because some say that the blacks of the Western Hemisphere are not the only true Israelites. There you go again. The statements such as these are debatable, but after much thought and prayer for understanding, I realized that there could be some truth to this train of thought, but I refuse to argue any point from a pure emotion. That's right. I prefer to have the facts before I enter into any debate. I've been told that the Native Americans, let's read this again. It says, I have been told that the Native Americans, Hispanics, white Europeans, and Arabs are the true Israelites, like Ishmael's the Arabs. The biblical name is Ishmaelites. Is this truth? Is this the truth? Racism or just plain ignorance? Let's read this again. Is this truth or is this the truth? Racism or just plain ignorance? That's what they said. But the point I'm trying to make is that we should prove all things, just as Scripture tells us to do. If one believes that the Native Americans, Hispanics, etc., are also Israelites, then the responsibility lies with them to research the subject, offer more emotions to support such a claim. Certain men on the internet told me Arabs are Israelites because certain men told me that Arabs are Israelites because the Bible is centered in the Middle East, and this is where the Arabs live. Another person told me Native Americans, Hispanics are Israelites because of their ancestry practice some Israelite rituals and customs. Then there is a white Israelite movement who say the Israelites are Europeans because of the prophecy about the throne of King David, which that's a lie. I've made this video before. They also say the Europeans are the 10 lost tribes of Israel. That's a lie. And my intermediate response to this to ask the question, can you please explain to me how those people relate to the curses and prophecies pertaining to Israel? As we stated in the opening paragraph, the curses are part of who the Israelites are as a people. They have become the characteristics of Israel. Any people who claim the Israelite heritage, that's right, any people who claim the Israelite heritage must fit the curses and prophecies. Let's read that again. It says any people who claim the Israelite heritage and must fit the curses and prophecies. There is no way around it. Deuteronomy 28:46 states, "And they curses shall be upon you, Israel, for the sign and wonder, and upon your descendants, seed forever." And it says Daniel 9:11 states that the curses, Leviticus 26 and Deuteronomy 28, have been poured out upon Israel because we have continued to sin against Yah. We have not kept our end of the covenant we've made with him. It's pointed out many times on this site how the Jews don't fit the curses. So how can they be Israel? It's for this reason that this page is being presented. I will show characteristics of the Israelites if the Jews or any other people are true descendants of Israel. True descendants of Israel, they must possess the distinctive traits. Let's get this right here. It is incorrect to say that because Israelites were in the Mid East, they were Arabs. This is not biblical truth. It is also incorrect to say that because because Native Americans and Hispanics practice a few Israelite customs that this alone makes the descendants of Israel. This is not biblical truth. And lastly, the prophecy about King David cannot be used as doctrine to support the claim that Europeans are Israel. This is also not biblical truth. If those are your claims, I will not speak against it. Nevertheless, you must prove how the curses affect those nations. In the next section below, we will show the characteristics of the true nation of Israel. I will only present the curses because Israel is still under the curses. This is the edifying mark of true Israel. Note. Here's a note. Okay, I'm going to read it. When I say Hispanic, I'm not referring to the people of the islands, such as Puerto Rico, Cuba, Dominican Republic, etc. I personally do not consider them Hispanics. Hispanics, I'll read this. Hispanics are considered to be Mexicans and other Spanish-speaking South Central American people. That's what it says right there. You can find that at angelfire.com. Israelites were also scattered to Mexico and other South Central American nations also. And that's what it says. And okay, I skipped something. Okay, I'll read this to the top. It says slavery existed. It says slavery existed in Puerto Rico, Cuba, and Dominican Republic. Israelites were scattered throughout those lands. That's right. Like I just read at the top, and I'll read this on the bottom again. Salakia. Israelites were also scattered to Mexico and other South Central American nations. Also, the culture, conditions of the people in the islands are more closely related to Israel in North America than they are to Mexican culture. The only reason they are I'll read this. It says the only reason they are called Hispanic is because they speak Spanish. Hispanics do not denote race. That's right. There are many different ethnic groups that are called Hispanics, each different from the next. The only thing that connects them is Spanish language. Please don't get confused about who is please don't get confused who is Hispanic. Bondage, slavery, and captivity. Deuteronomy 68, and all these scriptures I've seen did this before. Forgot your daughters and things like that. These are scriptures, they fit the curses. So yeah. That's the one thing. They have to fit these curses. But I'm going to read this on the bottom. And it says, these are the things that are particular to modern true Israelites. For any group claiming the Israelite heritage, claiming Israelite heritage, they must be in the conditions that are described above. These conditions will affect them as the nation of people throughout their entire history. The fact is Europeans are Israel, then these characteristics should be a part of the European people. But this means all Europeans have been brought into Europe by their enemies as captive slaves and ships. They should be none of prosperous people. They should be non-prosperous people. But the same is true about Jews, Indians, Arabs, etc. But history does not support that. I have provided much information on the site, parts 3 and 4 and 5 and 6, about how the so-called black people of the Western Hemisphere fit the curses. I can't find any information to support claims of other people in this part of the world as being Israelites. I'm not just saying the information doesn't exist, but I'm just saying I haven't found it yet. So yeah, I didn't want to read the scriptures on this. I did a video like this on before on YouTube, because you must fit the curses of the Israelites, like I just read in this article. Like I read from the top. I didn't want to get the scriptures parts because to make it long. Yeah, so with that, I want to say, may Yahuwah bless you many times. I want to say Shalom.